Welcome to 5 minutes of unfiltered business inspiration, giving you that motivation, that fire, or maybe just something to think about. The theme today, and this is also what I sent out in my newsletter because I think it's so important, is do it ugly. This week, and actually the last 2 weeks, there have been a few instances that have come up with people who are really struggling with perfection. And it's kind of come up in different ways. It's really interesting. Like for some people, it's making it challenging to start. For other people, it's stopping them from becoming more visible. And for others, including myself, it's really stopping us from exploring something new, from trying something different. And it's just this inevitable truth that whatever you do the first time is going to be ugly. We're not going to try and pretend that's not the case. It almost always is. It just is ugly. And I was thinking about this, I think it was last night actually, because I was going to salsa classes, and salsa is something that I've tried to learn for a couple years now, but I'm not sticking to it, right? And I was thinking about one of the biggest problems I have is that I love to dance. It's something I always thought I was good at. And then I come to these classes and I am definitely the worst or one of them, getting better now. And I also feel like I'm just not getting it, right? Like I keep not getting it and it feels uncomfortable and it feels like something's wrong with me. And I have to really stop that thought and say, no, like this is you learning. And to be honest, I don't even know if I'm the worst, right? You don't even know if you're the worst in what you're doing. If you look around, I'm sure there are many people doing it way worse than you. I'm sure in that class, there's people who are fumbling all over. There's like 40 of us. I can't be the only one. But we get so stuck in our bubble, in our feelings of our inadequacies, our insecurities, that we can't imagine anyone else is doing as bad as we are. And we just don't want to keep doing it. Because what does it say about you when you do something ugly? It says that you're not competent, you're not talented, you're not good enough. But the thing is that that's just the story. That's just the story. And so now I'm thinking I'm going to go to this salsa until it is no longer ugly, until it looks really good. And I would encourage you to think about what is something you are procrastinating on, something you're not doing, or something that you are kind of half-heartedly doing, that you're not really putting yourself into because you don't want it to be ugly. I'm saying it here and now to you that one of my resolutions for next year is going to be to do it ugly. Thinking about my business in particular, and I think it's one of the most powerful ones you can make as well. Because if you go into something and you immediately think, it's not going to be pretty, I don't expect it to be, you remove that pressure. You remove the need for it to be polished, for it to be pretty. The last episode on this show was with an amazing woman, Sabina, who talks about how she has grown her Instagram, doubled it, in fact, this year alone, from being honest, real, authentic, and less polished. Do it ugly. You are going to inspire people whether you realize it or not. There are so many people that are looking around at what you're doing online and in your immediate network. And when they see you trying, when they see you doing it ugly, that gives them inspiration to try. And look, I'm not going to pretend that people don't judge when people fail or that nobody notices when you create something that's not great. Of course they do. But the people who you want to be with, the people in your community, the people you want to surround yourself with are not those ones. Because anyone who does something ugly, who tries, who puts themselves out there, they don't judge it for anyone else. Because they know how hard it is. They know it means you're trying. They know that it means deep inside that you have a goal, you have a vision, and they understand that because they do too. So I want you to go away now thinking, what is the one thing I can start to do ugly? And can I make it my resolution for next year? And I would love to hear from you. Find me on Instagram, Sharday Rael, and tell me, what are you doing ugly? I'll see you in the next one. If you laughed, learned, or felt a little less alone, please leave a review on Apple or Spotify and subscribe. Come back for more. We're building a community of women to tear down the BS around business and grow in real, authentic ways together.